Learning foreign languages with songs is lots of benefit, and there are some good when we're learning foreign languages with the songs. Let's think about and when we start learning foreign languages, mostly listening and speaking might be difficult part. Let's think about in English. In cultural things, maybe. I think even though I've been learning foreign language, English, so for many years, and then it's a naturally thing to get used to pop song, like English songs, and I can learn about English songs and while learning English. And there's something, and there are two things is I enjoy listening songs and or enjoy singing songs rather than learning English. Perhaps, yes, one of the reasons why we learn many ways and then we learn to learn foreign language, we learn about songs and like culture things like movies and script and we try to do nowadays and on YouTube and we can watch some good lecture or uh, good podcast. There's so many opportunity to learn about it. Among them, let's focus on songs. I study Vietnamese, and then I've been studying Vietnamese for 2 years with the AI. Nowadays, I started learning um, Vietnamese with the songs. Every day morning, I review one song, and I chose one song. After then, I can use the script and make sentence in Vietnamese and Korean compared to uh, grammar. And also I can get some modern sentence, similar one. And also a review about the singer and Vietnamese songs and the feeling about it. Let's focus on the lyrics in Vietnam songs. Comparing to the lyrics in Korean songs, and then quite different. I was surprised to know about the feeling in Vietnam in songs has much more emotional and also the modern sympathy and then modern feeling in loving each other or the story about the it seems like old love story and like yeah, just like an old one. And nowadays in Korean song, I think it's quite different. I like the Korean ballad song, and then I know the many Korean singers and then who sing good songs, and then lyrics also, and there are so many good songs and knowing about, but it's talking about it's quite different, but a little bit. I can feeling about some emotion uh, while doing that. I read the lyrics and then I figure out. After that, then I got a chance to listening to the songs, and after understanding with some knowledge about the lyrics, and then I can understand about the feeling, and also I can while I'm listening, and then I at the same time I can read the lyrics, and then I can figure out much more. Let's think about the unique sentence in lyrics, Vietnamese, and Vietnamese lyrics in English. There's something different thing. Is the for example is uh, there's calling each other and about the relationship. And the relationship mostly is very important. And in the songs, and love songs, and then because the relationship is in Vietnam, and then showing all the processing, showing the all the process about the relationship and about the family or lover. And then there's some who sing. I mean that the speaker who get relation with the lover, and then there's uh, men and women, and traditionally, and then men and women sing songs about it. That feeling is with the calling. It's like the pronouns, and then the personal pronouns. In the personal pronouns in relationship, between relationship, in Vietnam is very important. So, but in Korean, and then not like there, in English as well. So, and then uniquely, and the relationship and the personal pronouns and the relationship and making it much more emotional. And then the understanding about the relationship and understand about each and all the in the sentence. So the personal pronouns might be used repeatedly in an Ami slang sentence in release, and so it's a unique way. Um, furthermore, and while I'm learning about the Vietnamese songs, and then I can figure out the pronunciation or some with the feelings. This is a very important part when we learn foreign language because, and if we talking about the manual or theory about the fact, and then we, it's the emotion is not involved. But if we make a source about relationship, about our criticize about society, or we can talk about disaster, something, or we can talking about happiness, some success, or comedy, or something making laugh. Then this emotional thing is very important in communication in the foreign language as well. So, and then this is very important in the when we learn foreign language with the songs, and then songs can be involved in feelings and also the relationship. It's just like the poetry, and also the it's just like this letters. Or this is a very important part of the fact and emotion and most of our language. And then there is some academic one, and then but there are some personal, individual one relationship happening something and good thing and then bad thing, and we can feel about life is happiness, anger, um, sorrow, and enjoyment. And we feel like this. And then this is a very important part. And then songs shows up the feelings. And then when we learn about uh, foreign language with the songs, and then that is the benefit in learning foreign language with the songs. Now I talk about learning about foreign language with the songs. The benefit of learning foreign language with the songs. Let's see. And then go back to AI. In English, the content of learning foreign language with the songs. Songs give emotional things, and we can learn about the songs, and then not only feeling, but also there's some unique expression in songs after food reading it. Let's see. And what AI say about translating to Korean and Vietnamese above. Mistakes. So many mistakes in my pronunciation, even though then AI can little bit quickly do put. Below is a clear organized for English version of your long messages. I did not change your idea. I only made them clearer, shorter, and more logical. If you want, can also translate this into Korean and then answer the word. Learning foreign languages through song, Korean and network English version. Learning foreign languages through song is one of the most powerful and emotional methods we can use. Songs give us feelings, stories, and unique expression that we cannot easily find in textbooks. When we study the lyrics, understand the meaning, and feel the emotion, we are learning not only the language but also the culture behind it. Listening to song in 40 different languages, listening to song in foreign languages on a phone is a great benefit when we start learning a new language. Listening and speaking usually the most difficult part. The songs make this part easier because they are enjoyable, emotional, and memorable. Even though I have learned English for many years and I'm now over 40, I still feel that English songs have me to get used to the language more naturally. Sometimes I enjoy singing songs out loud, even more than studying in English class. So songs make language learning fun and meaningful. Today, we also have many resources, movie soundtrack, scripts, YouTube video, and music channel that give us endless opportunity to learn. I also started learning Vietnamese 2 years ago and using AI. Every morning I listen to one Vietnamese song. Then I study the lyric sentence, compare grammar, and practice pronunciation for one thing from one song. I can learn vocabulary, grammar patterns, culture, emotion, and story than the singer's messages. When I compare Vietnamese lyric with Korean lyric, I feel a bit different. Vietnamese songs are often express deeper emotion, sympathy, and a strong feeling about love. Many Vietnamese songs sound like old romantic stories filled with longing and memories. The Korean ballads are also emotional, but the style and storytelling feel different. Another big difference is the personal pronouns. In Vietnamese, pronouns reflect relationship. Older, younger, male, female, respect, familiarity, family lore, and even intimacy between lovers. This makes the lyric feel more personal and emotional. Korean English pronouns do not carry this kind of relationship meaning, so the emotional expression feels different. When I study Vietnamese song, I learn not only pronunciation and the vocabulary, but also how Vietnamese people express relationship, love, respect, sadness, and happiness. Song teaches the emotional side of learning languages, something that grammar books cannot show. Language is not only academic, it is emotional. A human communication includes happiness, anger, sadness, love, humor, admiration. admiration, disappointment, and so much more. Songs capture all of these feelings like a poetry or personal letters. That is why learning language through songs is so effective. Songs connect directly to our emotion, and emotion help us remember and understand the language more deeply. So yes, learning foreign languages through song is extremely meaningful and beneficial. It helps us learn not just the language, but the feelings, culture, and human relationship expressed within that language. Okay.